the drawing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for helping out.
You take this back to your new page, but whatever you say.
Albert, would you like to draw for us?
Sure.
Thank you. All right, so whoever has this ticket number, come up and collect your prize, okay? It's 6971721. Everybody check your ticket. 6971721. Oh, right here. My mom, I promise wasn't
Yeah, you're welcome. Let me know if you don't want to hear that.
All right, guys, without further ado, the second act of Mystery at Shady Acres.
Finally, we got a breakthrough in the case. After investigating behind the couch and talking with several of you and re-talking to Mrs. Fairfax, we have found that two hands wearing black gloves crept around the back of the couch and removed the necklace. So, yeah, that's all we got right now. Come on up here. So, let's see. You, sir. I don't suppose you had a chance to talk to anyone here, did you?
Oh, me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah? What about? Rainy out, Floyd.
You, sir. How about you? Did you have a chance to talk to anyone?
Not really.
Wow, you guys are talking a bunch. You, ma'am. You? England's finest, you all are. All right, so let's see. How about a show of hands? Did anyone here actually get a chance to talk to him? All right, some of you did. Fantastic. You now. Please tell me you come out with something.
I think it was the detective that's not really a detective, but wears fancy dresses. This is actually a case.
That's true. Steal the necklace, start a case. Although, to be honest, Morrison seems a few crumbs short of a tea party, if you know what I
And here's something working for her.
mean. Maybe. Because personally, I don't think she could make tea, let alone cookies. But we will investigate her. Believe me, I would love to see her behind bars. Anyone else? You, sir, I thought I saw you raise your hand earlier. No? No, you there. Who's questioning? Why do you keep looking around behind him and now he's trying to hide? Come on.
That's me.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to him.
Come on.
They said the person behind me.
Who do you think it was?
I didn't really learn anything.
You didn't learn anything. Well, from what you've seen on stage, you want to take a guess? I actually thought that you people might be able to help. All right, we'll give it one last go. You, sir.
I talked to Miss Brighton.
Miss Brighton, yes?
Yes, and she had a pair of black gloves that she's missing.
Really? Interesting. We did find black gloves. Did she describe anything else about the gloves?
No, she just said she liked to wear them only at certain times of the year. That's why she wasn't wearing them.
Oh, of course, that makes sense. Only wear them at certain times of the year. Do you think it was her?
No.
No. All evidence points to her. It couldn't be her. That's how it is. Yes, of course. So, time for my favorite part of police work, pure speculation. Who do you think it was?
I think it's one of the maids.
One of the maids. They were all talking about the necklace, they said. And obviously, looking at the way this hotel's put together, they're not being paid very much. Honestly, though, I don't think he's amazing. What country is he from? Why did he leave? Where is he running from? What is he? What accent is that? Either way, thank you all for the tips. If you'll excuse me.
Hello there. I couldn't help but overhear that you were sharing some information with my good friend, Chief Wickfield. That was so good of you to help out. I wonder if it's not too much trouble if you could just spare me a moment of your time so that I too could pick your collective brains for. So then, what about the tour bus group? Don't you think it's a bit too convenient if the bus just happens to break down and the whole group just happens to have this neat and tidy little alibi? Phyllis, what are you doing now? Emma, there you are. I was just developing ridiculous theories. No, I wouldn't say that. Hold on now. We've got a case to solve. Unless you'd rather I just complete the investigation myself. I can do all the work myself. Miranda! What? Stop that.
Just you know the cake is.
Get over here.
This is certain to think that the thief is still here among us. The police will have that old couple to bribe him after they didn't find the necklace among all their other stolen items. At least we weren't here when it happened, or else we'd be under suspicion too. At least it would have been more exciting than looking at flowers. We missed all the excitement here. Come on, Miss Grundy. Our tour wasn't all that bad. Most of it seems pretty good. Figures, remind me. I was planting some itinerary hires when you cooked dinner was awful.
Everybody left dining room before dessert. I bring it to you here.
No thanks. I'm allergic to thank you, oh, no, that is clearly so.
But it's gluten-free, dairy-free, and flavor-free. Nobody likes my cooking.
Edward, I want to leave the hotel.
Lunch, how many times do I have to thank you that we have got to stay here until the next authority resolves the case for us?
Stay here so the thief can steal something else from me.
I promise when it's all over, I'll take you somewhere else.
In the meantime, I'll probably die of food poisoning.
Basil, watch where you're going. Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Brighton, here you first. Sorry. Miss Fairfax. I am very sorry for saying that. It's been such a hectic day with the police and all that. Hardly had a chance to see how you're doing. Please consider the rest of your stay here as on the house.
What a bargain.
Henry, that's very kind of you. Thank you. Lunch needs a bit of fresh air, so we're going out for an evening stroll. Come along. Here.
How many times did I tell you not to bring me
Do you
here?
think I count every time
Well,
you
I
say
expect
something
you.
nagging? You cast infinity in my head.
you're back. Where did you disappear to? The police and that detective were looking everywhere for you.
I do not get involved.
We're all involved. They looked mighty suspicious when you disappeared, right as it came your turn to be questioned.
All will be revealed in due time. Mr. Clifford, sir, go and gather up the guests and your staff. I have solved the case.
You have? Where's your assistant, Miss Reed?
Oh, she and I had a little disagreement about who's guilty of the necklace theft. So she quit. She has decided to start her own detective agency, but without me, she'll never survive.
I see. I'll go collect my staff and the guests. I don't think I need to ask that tour group to join us, unless it's one of them you think did it.
Don't be ridiculous. What do you take me for, a fool? Miss X? Where did you disappear to this afternoon? That's my business. Well, I could make it mine. You didn't show up for questioning. Perhaps my thief had an accomplice. Now that would be interesting. Gather round, everyone, and listen to the genius of Phyllis Thornton as she explains the mystery of the stolen necklace.
I knew you could do it.
Think nothing of it. It was easy. Just so you know, the police and I struck a deal this morning to see who could solve the case first. As you will testify to them later, I was the first here to explain the solution to you. Therefore, I win the contest. I have brochures and posters that advertise my agency if in the future any of you find you need my expertise and would like...
Thornton, just get on with it. We're all anxious to hear what you found.
All right then. It was... basil.
No.
Don't ask no surprise, Basil. It's always the bellhop who's guilty. Or is that the butler? Besides, hasn't it struck you people as suspicious that Basil is clearly a native of Timbuktu, yet he bears a quintessentially British name?
Wait, we just call him Basil because we can't pronounce his real name.
What is his real name?
I told you, we can't pronounce it.
Well, in any event, it doesn't matter. Basil is the mastermind behind the terrible plot to steal Mrs. Fairfax's precious necklace.
I'd like to know how he did it.
I'm getting to that. According to your testimonies, you were all asleep. But Basil was in the room with Mrs. Fairfax the whole time. There are 5 witnesses who have testified to this, Mr. and Mrs. Fairfax, as well as the 3 maids. He just pretended he was asleep, just waiting for Mrs. Fairfax to drink the tea he had laced with a sedative, and then he crept behind her and stole her necklace. I knew it all along, you sneaky little bellhop. Well, did you find the necklace? No, not yet, but I know where we'll find it. Come along, Basil.
But, Detective,
I'm glad that's over.
Me too. Imagine a little bell diving in crook.
I don't believe it. I worked with him for 3 years, and Basil will never do such a thing.
I agree with you, Miss White.
Oh, well, thank you, Officer Black.
Basil isn't guilty. As usual, Thornton has the facts all messed up. It was a tough case to solve, but we finally cracked it.
We were able to narrow down a list of suspects, mostly a search the bright names. We realized that, while it sold practically everything else in the hotel, they hadn't stolen the necklace.
We retrieved our missing evidence and suggested that Albert and Ingrid get some treatment for their compulsive behavior.
Then we examined the testimonials we had taken for other motives we could find. Initially, we looked at financial need as a motive.
This motive points to Henry Clifford because of his struggling hotel business, as well as Stanley Larson for his debt problems. Financial need could also have been a motive for any of the hotel staff who've been poorly paid for several years.
But there was other possible motives such as jealousy and resentment, for example. We also examined a coincidence that was too unusual to ignore.
The coincidence that Audrey Rochester and Edward Fairfax, formerly engaged in both from the United States, would somehow end up in the same remote hotel in England.
One piece of evidence, a lady's diamond engagement ring, also led us to our conclusion.
Audrey Rochester, you are our thief.
What?
Can-
You press proven nothing.
Confess, Audrey. Don't you feel that necklace, along with all of Blanche's riches, should rightfully be yours? Your bitterness grew over the years until you finally decided to exact your revenge upon the Fairfax.
You find you guys in the engagement ring when you had a little chain around your neck and you had it attached. You probably didn't realize it was missing until the next day. By then, it was too late.
It was very clever of you to show off your ring to lemonade.
Audrey, is this true? Keep the ring I gave you now that you've gone and stolen my wife's necklace?
Yes, Eddie, it is true. I deserve the life that Blanche lives. The wealth, the fame, the travel, she took all that away from me.
I can't believe it.
I can. Doyle, take her down to the station. Officer Black, search Miss Rochester's room for the missing necklace. There's only one thing I can't figure out, and it's bothering me. That handkerchief with the initials S.A. Who does it belong to?
I can answer that.
Ah, the mysterious Miss X. So you've come out of hiding, have you?
She must be S.A.G.
No, I'm not upset, but I'll tell you who it is. Stanley Larson, or should I say, Stanley L. Arson. England's notorious arsonist.
That's absurd.
Miss X, I think you better explain who you are before you start handing out accusations.
I'm Secret Agent X. I've been following activities of Mr. Arson here for several months, and I'm finally having evidence put away for a very long time.
Your evidence is a handkerchief with initials on it, Miss X. You can't possibly incriminate someone like that. Besides, have there been any fires since I've been here, Mr. Clifford?
Well, there have been a few in the kitchen, but that's since Basil's taken over. Yeah.
Mr. The law is not according to plan. There have been more than 3 kitchen fires. Swing there.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Miss X, stop stalling and explain your story.
Chief Whitfield, let's examine Mr. Clifford and Stanley Arson's possible motives for stealing the diamond necklace.
All right. During our investigation, it became apparent that Henry Clifford's hotel business was under financial strain. And as for Mr. Arson, well, he was apparently in debt and couldn't pay his hotel bill.
Didn't it strike you as a bit odd that Mr. Clifford simply allowed Mr. Arson to stay in his house without requiring a tip from him, especially when he needed the money?
Well, yes, that thought did cross my mind.
Mr. Clifford's hotel business was going poorly, so he decided to invite famous and wealthy people to his hotel in hopes that this would bring more business. When this didn't work, he hired Stanley Arson to set fire to this house so he could collect the insurance money and relieve himself of the struggling business.
But the advertising did work, didn't it? Blanche and I are here, aren't we?
Oh, yes, but Henry here hadn't counted on that. He met us with the second plan. He'd already hired Stanley when you showed up. He couldn't very well still have the hotel been down while you were here. Now, could he?
I'm glad he didn't.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a full house down at the police station. Dora, arrest Mr. Clifford. Miss X, I'll leave you in charge of arson.
Don't worry, Mr. Clifford. There's somebody in jail that I'm sure you'll love to see.
Aunt Erna? She's already there?
Yes.
This will be like a whole family reunion.
Yeah, man.
Erna, Uncle Burl.
Mr. Clifford, your in-laws are also there.
No!
Basil, you don't tell me where that necklace is. I swear I'll wring your neck.
I tell you, detective, I know, have, necklace!
Here it is. Thank you. I was beginning to think I'd never see it again. Well, there's crooks around.
I told you you'd like it. Where was it?
In Miss Rochester's suitcase. She was all packed to leave.
Rochester's suitcase? What was it doing there?
Miss Thorman, you're a washout.
But I solved the case first.
You accused the wrong person. Why don't you join me down at the police station? We have a lot of paperwork to do, and we can certainly use some tea and crumpets. By the way, we expect a weekly delivery.
That was not part of the deal.
Someone wise once said, you've got to learn to read the fine print. After you.
Officer Black, thank you on behalf of my wife and myself. I realize the department can't accept any money from us.
No, sir. We're just doing our job.
Well, Edward, perhaps we could hire an interior decorator to redesign the police station. places for dress. Or donate some new uniforms. Brighter colors and new hats.
That's a fine idea, Blanche. We'll get to work on it right away.
Oh, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Fairfax. I can't wait to inform Chief Whitfield of this new development.
Well, it looks like we'll be staying someplace else tonight. I'll go see about collecting our bags.
I'm going to repolish it. Goodbye, old friend. I can't believe it. We are unemployed.
Unemployed?
It means we're out of a job, Basil.
No job?
No job. But that's okay. We'll look for an employer who will pay us more than Mr. Clifford ever did. Yeah.
Excuse me, I couldn't help overhearing your conversation, but if you're interested, we need some new hire help. Blanche tried all out of support of the phone.
I'm sure we'd love to work Mr. Fairfax. Edward, am I to understand you just hired these people?
If you recall, you're here, and need new hire help. Don't worry, we'll keep things on the phone. Come along, then, folks. We'll discuss what you do in the car.
Can I fire one of them by Wednesday?
Oh, no.
Just I can't believe it. We're going to be working here with Fairfax!
Hey, where is everybody? You can't get any decent service in this hotel.
Mr. Sabo.
Applause for our directors, Mrs. Bisbal and Mrs. Stark.
What a great cast with great kids. But you know what? Mrs. Bizzle and I, we have to say something special. If you are a parent of any of these 25 children, please stand up. We want to just applaud you. We couldn't do these wonderful productions. Also, another real big thank you to all of our creative cooks and bakery people who, yeah, you ate up all those cookies. If you helped with cupcakes and stuff, please stand up. You guys just want to see cupcakes in the kitchen? Yeah, please stand up. Worked so hard and on our behalf. It was a labor of love, and so thank you so much. And thank you for the flowers. So stick around and please come up on the stage to take pictures of your kids. And we really want you to stand and then we'll just thank you and have safe travel. I think we should all be standing up. It's better to stand.